I love the world of Middle-earth and the fun adventures that are in it. But would I live in that world if I was given the chance? And what would that be like? Would I be able to survive and live there once I made it there? That world is something I definitely have thought about a lot. It would be fun, but very dangerous. It all definitely depends on where you live and what time. To pick a time for this video, I will choose the Lord of the Rings-ish time. There are definitely the bad places like Mordor, the wilderness, parts of mountain areas, south of Gondor. You really don't know what is out there. The east seems very dangerous, and the Tower of Orthanc, or any place really being conquered, which in this time is very much like a world war of sorts. Hobbiton in the Shire would of course be a great pick, a choice to live, but in the Lord of the Rings books, not necessarily the movies, but the books, Saruman has conquered the Shire, and so that is not really necessarily the greatest place to be. The time of the Hobbit book, of course, seems to be the great time to live, living in either the Shire or even the adventures that Bilbo goes on. The adventures definitely seem fun when you read the books, but would I really like orcs or trolls or other creatures chasing after me in a forest or on open land or in the mountains in this world on Earth with bows and swords in their hands? There are some other good places like Rivendell, of course. It would be a beautiful, serene place. I think a place of peace. Bilbo obviously goes there in a later part of his life, which kind of tells you what it's really like. And also Mirkwood. There seems to be a lot of feasts that go on with the elves in Mirkwood. But that all depends on if you are friendly with the elves and you come there with good terms. I can see it being a great place when you read about it, but I think that all depends, again, if you are friends with the elves. The elves of Mirkwood would be definitely a fun place to be. Same with Lothlorien. You have to be friends with the people of Lothlorien, but it would be very fun and very peaceful to live if you have opportunity somehow to become friends there, which I'm not sure is possible. The dwarves seem fun, their lives energizing, but dangerous, very dangerous. Tom Bombadil's house might be a fun place to live, but your visit would probably be short. Probably only for a period of time, because I don't necessarily think he would let you live there very long. Orthanc might have actually been an interesting place to visit in the earlier parts of the book before horrible things happened. Maybe not even the beginning of Lord of the Rings, maybe in the very beginning, but even then it might have already been going on. A lot of bad things might have been going on. But I feel like it would have been interesting in the very beginning, before the bad events of Saruman changing toward the thoughts of Sauron and Mordor. I think it would be definitely an interesting place to check out when there was a time of peace. I think Minas Tirith would have been great to visit if you can get in and out before the battle starts, or at the end of the Return of the King would have been a fun place definitely to visit and maybe even live. There are some places that you could have hid out away from important areas in the War of the Ring if you wanted to, if you didn't want the adventure of being involved, which I think a lot of the characters didn't necessarily want, though it would be definitely an interesting story to be a part of. The adventure is a lot of what made the world so much fun, but adventure is dangerous. And I think it's easier to talk about adventure than it is to experience it. The world, though, is a magical place, so adventures there might feel a bit different. There's the wonder of new places and mysteries, and the enemy a lot of times isn't human, and it's a lot more interesting to fight orcs or trolls. There are rewards at the end of battle, or you just feel good about taking a part in it, to being the hero, though not everyone makes it through to this time of honor and peace. There are definitely great houses to stay at and eat if you're allowed to. The elves seem to be a lot of fun and very interesting and mysterious, a little bit dangerous, If you get on the bad side of them, very dangerous. The hobbits would be relaxing. A wizard would either be very helpful or very dangerous. I think in the end, I would pick living in Middle-earth. Enjoy the peaceful times, adventures worth living for, and a world, a lifetime to learn about. I think I'd be very happy if I was given the opportunity of a portal into Middle-earth, and I think I would take it. I hope you enjoyed the interesting idea of living in Middle-earth. If you'd like to watch more of my videos, please come check out a Talk About. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you next time.